China's claim over Taiwan is rooted in 1949, the end of the Chinese Civil War, when the defeated nationalists, the Kuomintang, fled to the island, declaring it the Republic of China. Meanwhile, Beijing has always regarded Taiwan as a breakaway province destined to reunite with the mainland. Now, this has been a matter of pride, and, to some extent, national identity for years. However, Taiwan has resisted, asserting its autonomy and establishing a robust democracy.
Robust is right, but see, the PLA doesn't care about that. What we're seeing now, the drills, the missiles, they're not about diplomacy or debates. They're about flexing muscle, their way of saying, we mean business. 11 ballistic missile launches? They're not just rattling sabers here. They're doing a full-blown show of force, Ivan.
Indeed, Duke. These launches reveal a very calculated effort. For example, the missiles landing in Japan's economic zone, a deliberate tactic mirroring Russia's aggression in contested zones. China isn't merely proving its might to Taiwan, it's signaling to Japan, the United States, and even the European Union. Stay away, they're practically shouting.
Exactly. It's the same playbook, just a different theater. What people need to understand is the trajectory of those 11 missiles. We're talking about flights that cross the Taiwan Strait median line, strategic points that not only upset Taiwan's defenses, but ripple out to regional powers too. It's all about dominance.
Dominance, yes, but also control of narratives, regional waters, and airspace. This, my friend, is where the scope becomes alarming. These exercises are orchestrated to simulate blockades, testing readiness for full-scale operations around Taiwan.
Right, Ivan. And let's not forget the domestic angle here. Showcasing military might like this back home is propaganda gold. It rallies the citizens, makes them feel powerful, and distracts them from any internal issues. It's a play for control inside and outside.
And there's an audience across the world watching this unfold. By suspending major diplomatic engagements with the United States, China is showing the extent it's willing to go. This is escalation, and not just for the sake of posturing.
Escalation, sure, but it's brinkmanship too. Pushing as far as they can without toppling into outright conflict. This is the game, and Taiwan, the US, the EU, they all know it. The question is, what's next? So, what's next, Ivan? Well, you've got the PLA sending out aircraft carriers, destroyers, amphibious vehicles. Heck, we're talking about an armada here. 84 aircraft and vessels breaching Taiwan's air and sea zones. It's not just routine anymore. It's a full display of logistical dominance, sending another clear signal.
Absolutely, Duke. It's a complex operation, one that has been meticulously choreographed to show China's capacity for sustained military engagements. Each branch, air, naval, rocket forces, they're all playing a part. And the indefinite extension of these drills adds another layer. What does it say when no end date is given?
It says they're throwing the ball in our court, Ivan. They want the U.S. and allies to sweat on this. And those recon drones, the UAVs buzzing in Japan's economic zone, that's precision targeting. Gathering intel in real time. It's chess, not checkers.
Yes, and suspending diplomatic channels with the U.S. while conducting such activities compounds the concern. Cutting defense policy talks, criminal cooperation, climate agreements. It's leveraging every diplomatic tool as a weapon of escalation. It isolates Taiwan even further.
It shrinks the playbook, yeah. And let's talk firepower. Precision strikes, live fire drills. They're modeling what an actual blockade would look like. It's blatant preparation. You'd think this is dry-run stuff straight out of a combat manual.
Couldn't agree more. By coordinating operations across multiple arms of their military, they're simulating scenarios for tactical precision and readiness. It's not only a political move, it's military evolution on display, as if they're saying they're testing themselves against the potential of real-world conflict.
And we haven't even mentioned the strategic launch points, man. Think about it. Missiles over Taiwan, slamming into the strait, even landing near Japanese waters. It disrupts trade routes in one of the most critical choke points in the world. They're crippling what keeps the region afloat economy-wise. It's insane.
Yes, the strait's viability as a trade route hangs in the balance. Actions like these have consequences, even if they're purely performative at this stage. As you said earlier, it's brinkmanship, walking that treacherous line without breaking into uncontrollable conflict. And it's not just regional players raising alarms, Duke. The European Union, for instance, has issued a stern condemnation of these ongoing exercises. They frame these actions as unnecessary provocations that only serve to heighten tensions globally. Sanctions, they warn, could be a next step if this brinkmanship evolves into something more tangible and disruptive.
Not off the table, but here's the rub, Ivan. Sanctions only bite if they're sharp enough. And with China, they play a long game. Diplomatic backlash and sanctions, they might sting, yeah, but they're also calculated risks. What really gives them leverage is all that trade funneling through the Taiwan Strait. That is their ace in the hole.
Indeed. The Taiwan Strait is vital, a true artery of global commerce with a significant percentage of the world's trade passing through it. Any disruption there reverberates far beyond Asia. Disrupted supply chains, increased shipping costs, these ripple effects are felt in markets worldwide. So while sanctions may pressure China economically, the collateral damage could be profound.
Yeah, and they know it, Ivan. That's the beauty, or the brutality of this move. They're basically saying, mess with us, and we mess with the world economy. It's like a high-stakes game of chicken. But you know who's really caught in the crosshairs? Taiwan's public. They've been living with this military posturing hanging over their heads for decades, but it's been ramped up like never before.
Precisely. I've read reports detailing how Taiwan's residents have almost adapted to these threats. There's fear, yes, but it's mingled with resilience. It's a complex situation, one that military analysts are watching closely. Taiwan's defenses improve incrementally, but Beijing's ability to project power is evolving faster. It's a disparity that's difficult to ignore.
Adaptation is survival, no doubt about that. But you've got to wonder, Ivan, what's the breaking point? And what about the U.S.? We've got a significant military presence in the area. Carrier strike groups, Marines on Guam, forward-deployed assets. It's not like Uncle Sam's sitting back with popcorn on this one.
True, Duke. The U.S. presence underscores a commitment to maintaining regional stability, or at least attempting to. But let's not romanticize this. Deterrence only works if the other party deems the cost of escalation higher than the benefit. With China exhibiting such boldness, the dynamics of deterrence are being tested in unprecedented ways.
Well said, Ivan. But deterrence isn't just about military hardware. It's posture, tactics, alliances. And man, this situation has all the hallmarks of a standoff. Everyone's armed to the teeth, everyone's talking tough, but nobody wants the first punch to fly. Yet.
Precisely why this standoff merits careful navigation. The geopolitical and economic stakes are monumental. Taiwan continues to assert itself as an independent entity while grappling with the reality of its precarious position. Meanwhile, global powers must tread carefully, balancing deterrence with the necessity of de-escalation.
Well, Ivan, one thing's for sure, this isn't cooling off anytime soon. And the world? They're watching every move like it's a powder keg waiting to blow.
And on that note, Duke, we've covered a lot today. From the military maneuvers to the intricate geopolitical implications. It's a situation best watched with, shall we say, cautious vigilance. To our listeners, thank you for joining us in dissecting this complex and critical issue.
Yeah, thanks, folks. And keep your eyes on the horizon. Who knows what'll come next? Stay safe out there.